Welcome back. The 14-year-old girl, Wasila Umar, who was said to have killed her 35-year-old husband by poisoning his food, has confessed to the act. The incident led to the death of 4 people and hospitalization of about 10 others who ate the poisoned food. The child bride told journalists in Kano, northwest Nigeria, that after repeatedly telling her parents that she was not in love with the man they forced her to marry, they still insisted on the marriage. Time for business news now, and here's Adishawa Josh.
Well, that's right. In business news tonight, following Fitch Ratings' recent rating actions on Nigeria and Angola, the agency plans to host a teleconference on Wednesday, April the 16th, to discuss key drivers of the rating actions and prospects. The call will be hosted by the Senior Director, Sovereigns in Fitch's New York office, Shelley Shetty. She will be joined by Richard Fox, Head of Middle East and Africa Sovereigns and Lead Analyst for Nigeria. Well, key topics on Nigeria will include recent reserve losses, implications for the rating and outlook, the macro policy regime in the elections run-up. It will also focus on the 2014 budget, recent monetary policy decisions and policy outlook, oil sector issues, including production and the Petroleum Investment Bill, implications of the national accounts rebasing, growth and inflation prospects. NECA's network of entrepreneurial women has called for the establishment of a microfinance bank strictly for women. The association's first vice president, Fire Williams, believes this will go a long way towards empowering women.
We have stood for the easing of the kind of stumbling blocks often placed on the path of women in the small and the micro level, at the small and micro level, who are trying to access funds to grow their businesses. In light of this, we are poised as new to set up a women's only microfinance institution by October 1st, 2014. We are calling on the relevant government agencies that the support we require is now. We need to put something in the hands of women so that they can fulfill their roles in the nation and further contribute to this GDP that has recently been rebased. And honestly, sometimes the input of women has not been well appreciated. But with that empowerment now, you can imagine what it would do to the economy as a whole. We need to set up this women's only microfinance bank, and then we can extend it to the men.
Well, the Nigerian Stock Exchange has confirmed that it will list the shares of Seplat Oil Limited on the 14th of April. The Executive Director, Business Development, Mr. Haruna Jallo Waziri, said the NSE and the London Stock Exchange have thoroughly monitored the conduct of the oil exploration company's IPO. He also explains why the listing was approved in spite of the omission of a financial projection from the submitted documents for the IPO.
And the London Stock Exchange have found a way to work around and work within what we thought was feasible and legal to ensure that there is the ability to actually have companies list both in Nigeria and London, and from a Nigerian perspective anywhere else. So you can have a dual listing in Nigeria and in Johannesburg, you can have a dual listing in Nigeria and New York. It doesn't matter. We've created that platform between us and the CSCS to allow for companies to be able to have access to more than one market, with especially Nigeria being the primary market.
And in company news, Zenith Bank PLC has sold $500 million in 5-year senior unsecured Eurobonds, which pay a coupon of 6.25%. Well, the yield at inception was 6.5%, slightly below the high 6% area initially announced, and the equivalent spread over just 485 basis points. According to the lender, the proceeds of the Eurobond is expected to help finance the power sector, oil and gas, and other project loans. The order book amounted to $1.3 billion, which represents an oversubscription with US, UK, and European investors accounting for 44%, 35% and 9% of the allocation. Well, the bulls had the last laugh this week at the Nigerian equities market as the market ended the week upbeat. Key indicators also reversed yesterday's losses. Bisi Koka reports.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. Trading activities at the Nigerian equities market ended the week upbeat as key indicators reversed yesterday's losses. With a 0.29% jump, the all-share index rose to 39,083.66 with a higher market capitalization of 12.55 trillion naira. Forte Oil was Friday's top gainer, adding 12 naira 57 kobo to its share value ahead of Mobil and Cadbury. On the flip side, Total lost 2 naira 38 kobo with Lafarge Wapco and Nigerian breweries trailing behind. Access Bank led on the volume chart with a 58.39 million units churned out. Now, when the closing bell rang, total volume of shares stood at 274.05 million units and exchanged in 4,407 deals. And that's a wrap on the stock market reports. I am Bisi Koka.
Well, thank you, Bisi. That's Business News Tonight. The news at 10 continues in a moment.